When people speak of you should work on yourself and you should work on yourself, but that's life. That's always happening. What's so special about that? You're all always working on yourselves. And I'm not saying you're great in the current moment. I'm saying you should go after greatness, but you shouldn't think that this greatness will mean total absolute greatness, nor does it mean that it's going to be easy, and that it doesn't intrinsically include pain and suffering and struggle. It has to include that. Otherwise, it is not greatness by definition, because the steps towards greatness require pain and struggle. Someone born into, let's say, a wealthy family, but that's not greatness. Greatness is not measured by the amount of money you have. Not even satisfaction either. Because there are a lot of millionaires and multimillionaires and perhaps even billionaires that aren't satisfied in life. So it's not money. It is not about money. It is about some sort of recognition. You see, it all comes back to validation. We all want to have an exciting life, and we all think that, celebrity life perhaps. A lot of people want to be celebrities. But there are a lot of celebrities that also say that this is not the answer. Like, let's say, Jim Carrey. It is also not the answer. So it doesn't matter if you're known by everyone, you might still be unsatisfied. Perhaps you haven't finished those dreams that you wanted to finish. You see, you have to finish those dreams. Those will make you satisfied. But you will always continually add something to this dream. So, for example, Salvador Dali, one of my favorite painters. I wonder if Dali was satisfied still. He loved his life, and he had an exciting life. He had a great life. He got recognized, admired by everyone, and he was something special. He was truly extravagant, and he had that kind of life. But that might be the answer to that kind of person. Or is it? You don't know yet. You don't even know yourself yet, because you haven't reached that destination yet. So you have no idea. You don't even know what you are. You don't even know what you are, because you haven't even taken the small steps, let alone getting there. And when you're there, it might, like Jim Carrey, for example, you might realize that it's nothing special. And then what's the next step then? And what's the next step? So you always have to think in the next step, always. You gotta be 10 steps ahead of everyone. And I already am, because I realize that it's all about the present moment in some sense. So in some sense, it all goes back to meditation, and it goes back to Buddhism in some sense. The present moment is the eternal, but it is still not the whole answer, because the desire, following the desire, is closer to the answer. The following of the desire and the journey of the desire. So in some sense, perhaps it is correct when they say that it's about the journey, not the goal. But what if you reach the goal? What then? Well, there are many layers in life. There are many areas in life that you can always improve. And so you might say, well, there you have it. You go back to your best version of yourself when you're a full human being. So yes, in some sense, yes, the full human being. You should be a full human being, all the areas in your life, plus greater health, and plus, plus these great experiences and deeper experiences. So in some sense, it is all those things combined all together, and then you move forward through that. And that's perhaps the answer. Perhaps. Or when you reach this destination, what happens then? All right, so you're done with all the areas of life. You've had a great life. You have all these people around you that you love and that love you back. And a lot of people in the world, let's say, love you. If you've captured these things. So you see, in a lot of ways, my old thoughts in philosophy and art especially, capturing this, to capture this, is more important than just living this. That is important in the now, I mean on earth as your life goes on, but capturing it will make you live forever, or the closest we get to forever. So capturing your desires, your experiences, your expression. So expressing yourself might be the most important thing you're doing. And if you're not expressing yourself, you're losing this. You will be forgotten. Definitely. And very quickly. Now, Salvador Dali, he captured a lot of things, so he will not be forgotten. And so he always went after his deepest desire, which is immortality. And that's for all of us, because none of us want to die, or truly want to die. There have been some exceptions, but they have killed themselves. So they followed through with their belief, what they saw as the truth, which in some sense is the truth, but it's still not the truth, because deep within ourselves, most of us have this instinct of surviving. I mean, that's why we're alive, preserving life. So all life is that. And so Dali painting, made him go after instinctually. This is instinctual. So he painted those paintings so that he became immortalized, always remembered. He will be, for a very long time, be remembered. Not forever, of course, but almost. Enough that it was worth going after it. What else is there to do in life? Nothing. There is nothing else to do in life. So there are not many other things to do in life. I talk a lot about health and fitness and discipline and mental health, physical health. But in the end, it is all about exactly what I just spoke of. Going after that deepest desire of immortality. That's it. That's the simplest explanation of everything. And I come to that conclusion because everything else has just been eradicated, so to speak. I mean, there are important things. They are important because the richness of his life made his paintings rich. So you can't just have the paintings. It wouldn't be Salvador Dali without his experiences in life as well. So the paintings wouldn't exist without his deeper experience in life as well. So you have both. You have both. So it is that dynamic. It's almost like a dynamic between the flesh and spirit, so to speak. Except that it's more, your mind and body. It's more that dynamic. It is that dynamic. So expression is the most important thing, I believe, in life. But we can't always express all the time because we gotta refill as well. So there is that mechanism as well for the artistic philosopher. Sometimes you have to just take a break and refill that well, and then you just express again. That's what happens for artists. You can't write songs all the time. I mean, you can do this, but it won't be as deep all the time. The deepest ones have been saved up and then released. And this is what Nietzsche perfectly describes in Thus Spoke Zarathustra as well. That's why he goes, I gotta go back into the mountains and back within myself for some time before I visit the people again. That's Zarathustra there. And that's 100% correct. So he understood this as well. So That is what we have to go after. That's the deepest thing we have to go after. I'm not saying that all people are like this. And I'm not saying that all people should be like this. It's like saying all animals should be horses. No, we shouldn't all be the same. There is no point in that. There is no point in, we have differences. There is a point in having differences. I mean, the point is, pointing things out. But anyway, so the best version of yourself, you see how ridiculous it is? The best version of yourself. It is just going after that immortality, and that's the only version of yourself you have to worry about. There is no other version of yourself. The reason why I'm trying to stay healthy and fit is for that reason. For the immortality thing. That's why I'm fit and eating correctly and trying to be disciplined. That's the only thing that's worth going after. Because you will be forgotten immediately after a generation. Who will remember my grandfather? Who will remember, my father? Who will remember all these people? And so you might ask, why do I even want to remember those people? Why even want to become remembered? Why else do you live? Why else do you seek validation from others? Because this is the ultimate validation. To be remembered by everyone, that's the ultimate validation-seeking thing. Why even do anything? You might as well just lay down or just kill yourself otherwise. So that is the answer. That's the deepest. I mean, it is, I know it sounds sad or something, but it doesn't for me. Just the truth. And the truth is the truth no matter whatever we think, Doesn't matter what we think. It doesn't matter what we think. That bird there is still going to act as a bird, always. Following his instinct. And that's what we've lost.